2026 is here, and the shelves are already showing cracks. Not next year, not in some distant collapse. This week in your local Walmart. Here's the hard truth. Most preppers are throwing money at flashy gear while ignoring the essentials that actually matter. I've been prepping since 2014, and the biggest mistake I see? Overlooking the basics that keep you alive when it counts. Silent shortages, droughts, tariffs, and supply chain chaos are hitting harder than ever. If you're not stocking up on these 13 critical items, you're leaving your family vulnerable. Number 7, it's not food, not medicine, but it could save your life or be worth its weight in gold for trade. I've done the homework, USDA reports, survival forums, ranchers, and more. These 13 bulk buys are affordable, long-lasting, and multi-purpose. They've saved me over $2,000 in a year. This isn't fear, it's smart, practical prepping. Let's dive in. 1. The unsung hero of the pantry, sodium bicarbonate. In the world of prepping, few substances offer the sheer utility of simple baking soda. This unassuming white powder, known chemically as sodium bicarbonate, is often relegated to baking or deodorizing a refrigerator. However, its true value is revealed in a crisis, where it transforms into a multi-purpose lifeline. Its applications extend far beyond the kitchen, touching on health, sanitation, safety, and hygiene. Stocking it in bulk is one of the most cost-effective and intelligent moves a prepper can make, providing a profound return on a minimal investment. When access to pharmacies, hardware stores, and even clean water becomes uncertain, a substantial supply of baking soda becomes an invaluable asset. Medically, baking soda is a powerful first-line defense for common ailments exacerbated by stress and a compromised diet. As a natural antacid, a small amount mixed in water can swiftly neutralize stomach acid, providing relief from heartburn, indigestion, and acid reflux, conditions likely to increase when consuming unfamiliar or preserved foods. Its alkaline properties can also help soothe skin irritations, insect bites, and rashes when made into a paste. In a more dire scenario, it can be a component in oral rehydration solutions to help combat the effects of dehydration from illness. Its gentle, non-toxic nature makes it a safe option for a wide range of first aid applications when commercial medications are unavailable. Beyond personal health, its role in sanitation and safety is critical. Baking soda is an exceptional cleaning agent, capable of scouring pots and pans without harsh chemicals, cleaning surfaces, and neutralizing odors. When water is rationed, this ability to clean effectively with minimal resources is paramount. It also serves as a potent fire extinguisher for grease and electrical fires, a common hazard in off-grid cooking or when using alternative power sources. Simply dumping a large amount of baking soda on the base of such a fire smothers it by releasing carbon dioxide, a far safer alternative than using water on a grease fire. Furthermore, it can be used for basic water purification, helping to neutralize certain contaminants and improve the taste of treated water. This makes it an essential backup for your primary water filters. Its versatility extends to personal hygiene, where it can be used as a substitute for toothpaste, deodorant, and even as a cleansing foot soak, a crucial practice for preventing fungal infections and maintaining foot health during periods of increased physical activity. Acquiring it in bulk is astoundingly cheap. A 25-pound food-grade bag can cost less than a single takeout meal, while the equivalent amount in small grocery store boxes represents a markup of over 500%. Stored in an airtight container away from moisture, its shelf life is virtually indefinite, making it the ultimate buy once, store forever preparedness tool. 2. The sterile solution, high-purity isopropyl alcohol. When the integrity of medical systems is compromised, the line between a minor injury and a life-threatening infection becomes dangerously thin. This is where 99% isopropyl alcohol proves its immense worth, standing as a pillar of any serious medical and sanitation prep. Many people are familiar with the 70% solution found in drugstores, but that formulation is diluted for general consumer use. The 99% concentration offers superior performance and versatility, acting as a powerful disinfectant, an efficient fuel source, and a crucial solvent for maintaining essential equipment. Its importance cannot be overstated in a grid-down or long-term emergency scenario, where sterility is not a luxury, but a necessity for survival. The primary function of high-purity alcohol is disinfection. It is incredibly effective at sterilizing medical instruments like tweezers, scalpels, and suture needles. When antibiotics are scarce or expired, Preventing infection at the source is the best strategy. A clean wound is far less likely to become septic. You can use it to create sterile wipes for cleaning skin before any medical procedure, or to disinfect your hands when soap and water are unavailable or insufficient. This level of hygiene is what separates prepared individuals from preventable casualties in a widespread crisis. Unlike the 70% version, which contains a significant amount of water, the 99% solution evaporates quickly and leaves no residue, making it ideal for cleaning sensitive electronics. Radios, GPS devices, solar panel connections, and other critical gear can be safely wiped down to remove grime or moisture that could cause them to fail when you need them most. Beyond its medical and cleaning applications, 99% isopropyl alcohol is an excellent fuel source. It burns cleanly and with minimal smoke or odor in specially designed alcohol stoves. This is a massive tactical advantage, as it allows for cooking or boiling water indoors or discreetly outdoors without drawing unwanted attention. A gallon of alcohol can provide dozens of hot meals or purify many gallons of water. Its ability to serve as a reliable, smokeless fuel adds a vital layer of resilience to any food and water plan. Furthermore, its properties as a solvent are invaluable. It can be used to clean and maintain delicate moving parts in equipment, remove stubborn adhesives, or even as a component in homemade remedies and tinctures if you have the knowledge. The cost savings of buying in bulk are significant. Sourcing a gallon of 90% isopropyl alcohol from a lab, janitorial, wine, or online chemical supplier is often 4 times cheaper than purchasing the same volume in small diluted bottles from a retail pharmacy. Stored correctly in a sealed, appropriate container, away from direct sunlight and heat, it has a shelf life that spans over a decade, ensuring it remains potent and ready for when it's needed most. 3. The foundation of hygiene, basic bar soap. In the hierarchy of survival needs, hygiene is often dangerously underestimated. Without it, disease spreads, morale plummets, and the risk of infection from minor cuts and scrapes skyrockets. While modern consumers are accustomed to a vast array of liquid soaps, gels, and body washes, the single most reliable and effective tool for long-term preparedness is the humble, hard-milled bar of soap. Specifically, plain, unscented, glycerin-based bars offer a level of durability, storability, and utility that their liquid counterparts simply cannot match. When the supply chain for fancy toiletries breaks down, this fundamental block of sanitation becomes one of the most valuable commodities you can own. The superiority of bar soap in a crisis context is rooted in its physical stability. Liquid soaps and hand sanitizers are prone to failure. They can freeze and rupture their containers in cold climates, separate and lose efficacy in extreme heat, and are susceptible to bacterial growth once the pump is open. Bar soap has none of these vulnerabilities. It is a solid, shelf-stable item that can endure decades of storage in a cool, dry place without degrading. A bar of soap can be dropped, submerged in floodwater, or left in a damp bug-out bag for extended periods and still perform its primary function perfectly. This robustness makes it the ideal choice for caching, long-term storage, and inclusion in every medical kit and vehicle emergency bag. During crises like widespread flooding or extended power outages, households that relied on liquid soaps often ran out within days, whereas those with a bulk supply of bar soap maintained essential hygiene and significantly reduced their risk of contracting waterborne or contact-transmitted illnesses. Moreover, the economic and practical advantages of stocking bar soap are undeniable. A wholesale case containing nearly 100 bars can be purchased for a fraction of the cost of the equivalent volume of liquid soap, which is mostly water and packaged in failure-prone plastic. This represents a massive cost saving and a more efficient use of storage space. A year's supply for a family can be stacked compactly in a single, small container. The value of soap also extends into the realm of barter. In any prolonged disruption, hygiene items become a form of currency, highly sought after by those who fail to prepare. A simple bar of soap can be traded for food, water, information, or other critical supplies. Its universal need and non-perishable nature make it a perfect bartering asset. It isn't about smelling pleasant. It's a frontline defense against dysentery, cholera, staph infections, and a host of other pathogens that thrive in unsanitary conditions. When professional medical care is a distant memory, the simple act of washing your hands with soap is one of the most powerful life-saving actions you can take. 4. The bottleneck of preservation, new canning lids. For those who practice food self-sufficiency through gardening, hunting, or bulk purchasing, the ability to preserve that food is paramount. Canning is a time-honored method for creating a shelf-stable pantry, but the entire process hinges on one small, often overlooked component: the unused canning lid. The recurring shortages of these lids since 2023 have served as a stark warning. The complex supply chain involving steel, rubber gaskets, and manufacturing capacity is incredibly fragile. A surge in demand or a disruption in production can cause them to vanish from store shelves overnight, precisely when gardens are at their peak and preservation is most critical. Relying on finding them in season is a gamble that a smart prepper cannot afford to take. Stocking them in bulk and managing that stock correctly is the only way to guarantee your ability to preserve food. The critical element of a two-piece canning lid is the rubber gasket that lines its inner rim. This seal is what allows a vacuum to form during the canning process, protecting the contents from spoilage and deadly bacteria like Clostridium botulinum, which causes botulism. However, this rubber compound has a finite lifespan. Even in storage, the gasket will slowly dry out, become brittle, and lose its flexibility. A lid with a degraded seal will fail to create a proper vacuum, resulting in the complete loss of the food you spent time and energy preserving. The generally accepted shelf life for new, unused lids is 5 to 7 years. Many preppers have stockpiles of lids that are a decade old or more, unknowingly sitting on a pile of future failures. It is essential not only to have a large quantity of lids, but to ensure they are within their effective date range. Proper storage and rotation are key to maintaining a viable supply. Lids should be kept in a cool, dark, and dry environment, far from the temperature and humidity swings of a garage or basement. An airtight container in a climate-controlled closet is ideal. Each new batch of lids should be clearly marked with the purchase date, and you should practice a first-in, first-out rotation system, using your oldest lids first. While reusable Tattler or Harvest Guard lids have their place for short-term storage or pressure canning items you'll use within a year, they are not a foolproof replacement for the guaranteed one-time seal of a metal lid for long-term food storage. The cost of failing to prepare is immense. During shortage periods, prices on the secondary market can skyrocket, turning a 20-cent lid into a multi-dollar item. More importantly, without a functional lid, a 50-pound sack of beans or a bushel of tomatoes remains just a perishable item, not a secure source of future calories. Securing a multi-year supply of new lids now is a direct investment in your food sovereignty. FIE, the ultimate caloric insurance, hard red winter wheat. When it comes to long-term food storage, flour is a trap. It is fragile, prone to rancidity, and nutritional degradation. The savvy alternative, the one that historical survivalists and modern homesteaders alike swear by, is hard red winter wheat berries. This specific variety is not an arbitrary choice. It is a biological fortress. Unlike soft wheat varieties that are struggling under the intensifying heat and drought conditions plaguing the American Midwest, hard red winter wheat is resilient. It is bred to withstand harsh winters and thrive with minimal rainfall, making it the agricultural survivor of the grain world. As we watch yields for other crops plummet due to erratic weather patterns in 2025 and 2026, securing a supply of this robust grain is akin to buying an insurance policy for your family's caloric needs. The economics of buying wheat berries in bulk are undeniable. Purchasing 50-pound bags from agricultural suppliers or co-ops often brings the cost down to mere pennies per pound, significantly cheaper than purchasing pre-ground flour at a grocery store. But the real value lies in its longevity. While processed flour begins to oxidize and lose nutritional value within months, turning rancid in less than a year, whole wheat berries are nature's perfect storage capsule. When stored correctly in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers and kept in a cool, dry place, these berries remain viable and nutritious for 25 to 30 years. This isn't just food for next winter, it is food for the next generation. It allows you to lock in today's prices against decades of potential inflation and food scarcity. However, the utility of hard red winter wheat extends far beyond just grinding it into flour for bread, though that is its primary and most beloved function. To unlock this potential, a high-quality grain mill is non-negotiable. Smart preppers opt for mills that have manual hand crank capabilities, ensuring that even during a total grid-down blackout, they can process grain into flour. Beyond bread, the berries themselves are incredibly versatile. They can be cooked whole like rice or barley to create a hearty, chewy porridge rich in fiber and protein. In the depths of winter, when fresh vegetables are a distant memory and vitamin deficiencies become a real threat, these berries can be sprouted. Sprouting wheat berries activates enzymes and significantly boosts their vitamin C content, providing a fresh, living food source right on your countertop. Whether popped in a skillet for a crunchy snack or ground into fresh flour, hard red winter wheat is the heavy lifter of the pantry, offering security that processed foods simply cannot match. 6. The silent metabolic guardian, marine superfoods. Most prepper pantries have a fatal flaw. They are calorie-rich but mineral-poor. We stack rice, beans, pasta, and freeze-dried meals to the ceiling, congratulating ourselves on the sheer volume of food. Yet these staples lack one critical element necessary for human survival: iodine. The thyroid gland relies on iodine to regulate metabolism, energy levels, and immune function. In a long-term grid-down scenario, where fortified table salt and varied diets are unavailable, iodine deficiency becomes a silent crippler. It leads to lethargy, depression, cognitive decline, and eventually the swelling of the neck known as goiter. This condition, largely forgotten in the modern world, is making a quiet comeback in food-insecure regions. The solution lies in the ocean: dried seaweed, specifically kombu and nori. These marine vegetables are not merely garnishes for sushi. They are medicinal powerhouses. A single sheet of nori can provide an entire day's requirement of iodine. A strip of kombu added to a pot of simmering beans not only infuses the meal with essential minerals, but also helps to tenderize the beans and reduce their gas-causing properties. A small but significant comfort when beans become a dietary staple. Beyond iodine, seaweeds are packed with a broad spectrum of trace minerals often depleted in modern soils, including magnesium, iron, selenium, and omega-3 fatty acids. This nutrient density makes them an essential supplement for anyone surviving on a restricted diet of stored foods. They act as a nutritional safety net, ensuring that your body can actually process and use the calories you are consuming. The practicality of stocking seaweed is unmatched. It is incredibly lightweight, compact, and shelf-stable. Dried seaweed requires no refrigeration and, when kept in airtight containers away from moisture and light, lasts indefinitely. The cost-to-benefit ratio is staggering. A small investment of $20 can secure a supply of nori sheets that will protect a family's thyroid health for months. During supply chain disruptions or regional disasters, those who understand the value of micronutrients fare far better than those who only count calories. We have seen instances in recent years where communities cut off from supply lines suffered from fatigue and brain fog, classic symptoms of nutritional gaps that seaweed could have easily filled. By treating kombu and nori as essential supplements rather than exotic ingredients, you protect your family's metabolic health against the invisible threat of deficiency. 7. The unbreakable thread. High-tensile nylon cordage. In the toolkit of the prepared individual, versatility is king. We often look for items that can serve multiple roles, reducing the weight of our packs and the clutter of our supplies. Among the most overlooked of these multi-use items is simple, waxed nylon dental floss. Forget the mint-flavored tape or the fragile, shred-resistant ribbons designed for sensitive gums. We are talking about the basic, high-tensile waxed nylon thread found in generic white spools. This unassuming bathroom staple is, in reality, incredibly strong cordage disguised as a hygiene product. With a tensile strength often exceeding 30 pounds, it is stronger by diameter than paracord, lighter than sewing thread, and rendered waterproof and rot-resistant by its wax coating. The applications for this material in a survival situation are nearly endless. Its strength and fineness make it the premier choice for emergency repairs. When a backpack strap snaps or a heavy canvas tent tears, cotton thread will fail, but dental floss will hold. It can be used to sew aggressive stitches through leather, canvas, and denim. In a medical emergency where professional help is unreachable, waxed floss serves as a desperate but effective suture material for closing deep wounds, superior to standard thread because it is less likely to break or absorb fluids. Beyond repairs, it functions as an excellent fishing line, capable of landing small to medium fish when paired with an improvised hook. It can be used to set snares for small game, lash branches together for shelter building, or even act as the string for a friction fire bow drill, where its wax coating helps grip the spindle. The supply of this critical item is more precarious than it appears. Manufacturing shortages of nylon resin have already impacted production lines, leading to scarcity on store shelves. When panic buying sets in, hygiene aisles are stripped bare, and this valuable cordage disappears. The smart move is to buy it now, while it is cheap and available. A bulk pack of a dozen spools costs less than a fast food meal and provides hundreds of yards of high-strength line that fits in the palm of your hand. It takes up virtually no space in a bug-out bag, glove box, or medical kit. Unlike bulky ropes or paracord hanks, floss is socially invisible. Carrying it doesn't signal prepper to those around you, allowing you to maintain operational security while staying equipped. It is the ultimate MacGyver tool, humble, cheap, and indispensable when the world demands you fix, catch, or close something to survive. 8. The metal multitasker, industrial-grade aluminum foil. In a prepper's arsenal, few items can rival the sheer, understated versatility of heavy-duty aluminum foil. We are not referring to the thin, easily torn rolls found in the grocery aisle. The target here is restaurant-grade foil, typically 18 inches wide, and boasting a thickness that allows it to be shaped, folded, and reused without immediate failure. This is not simply a material for wrapping food, it is a comprehensive survival tool that addresses cooking, water procurement, thermal regulation, and even electronic security. When modern conveniences are no longer available, a single large roll of this robust foil can replace a surprising amount of specialized gear, making it one of the most space-efficient and cost-effective preps you can acquire. Its most immediate application is in off-grid cooking. A simple cardboard box, lined carefully with heavy-duty foil, can be transformed into a functional solar oven capable of reaching temperatures sufficient for baking or slow cooking. In a campfire setting, it eliminates the need for heavy pots and pans. Food wrapped securely in a foil packet can be placed directly onto hot coals, cooking evenly and cleanly with minimal mess or fuss. This method preserves moisture and flavor while keeping food free from ash and debris. Beyond cooking, foil is an exceptional tool for water management. It can be easily shaped into a cone or trough to direct rainwater into a collection vessel, or used to construct a solar still to distill purified water from a contaminated source. Its non-porous surface ensures that not a single drop is lost to absorption or evaporation. Furthermore, heavy-duty foil plays a critical role in security and comfort. In an age where an electromagnetic pulse, EMP event, is a recognized threat, several layers of thick foil can be used to create an improvised Faraday cage, shielding small, essential electronics like a radio, flashlight, or USB drive from damaging electrical surges. Its reflective properties are also invaluable for thermal control. Taping foil to the inside of windows with the shiny side out reflects solar radiation, helping to keep a space cool in the summer. Conversely, lining a sleeping bag or shelter wall with foil reflects your own body heat back toward you, a simple but effective technique for staying warm during a power outage in winter. The cost-to-utility ratio is exceptional. A commercial-sized roll, often containing 500 or 1,000 feet, is significantly cheaper per foot than its retail counterpart and offers superior performance. Stored in a dry place, it has an indefinite shelf life, providing a dense and durable resource that will be ready when you need it most. 9. The neurological night guard. Active vitamin B12. In any long-term crisis scenario, the average prepper's food supply is heavily skewed towards starchy staples like rice, beans, and wheat. While these foods provide essential calories for survival, they create a dangerous nutritional blind spot. They are completely devoid of vitamin B12. This vital nutrient is crucial for nerve function, red blood cell formation, and DNA synthesis. A prolonged diet lacking in B12, which is naturally found in animal products, can lead to a silent but devastating decline in health. The initial symptoms are often subtle: fatigue, brain fog, and a tingling sensation in the hands and feet. But they can progress to irreversible neurological damage. This makes B12 supplementation not a luxury, but a non-negotiable component of a complete preparedness plan. However, not all B12 supplements are created equal. The most common form found in cheap multivitamins is cyanocobalamin, which the body must convert into a usable form. This conversion process is inefficient, especially when the digestive system is compromised by stress or a poor diet. The truly effective choice is methylcobalamin, the active bioavailable form of B12. It is typically available as a sublingual lozenge or liquid that is absorbed directly into the bloodstream from under the tongue. This bypasses the digestive tract entirely, ensuring maximum absorption even when gut health is poor. This direct-to-bloodstream route is a game-changer in a survival situation where every nutrient counts and the body is under immense strain. Stockpiling methylcobalamin is both easy and affordable. A single bottle containing hundreds of high-potency doses can be purchased for a modest price, providing a multi-year supply for an individual. When stored in a cool, dark place, it remains stable and potent for years, far beyond its printed expiration date. This is a critical advantage over food-based sources of B12, such as meat and dairy, which are perishable and may become unobtainable during a supply chain collapse. You cannot grow B12 in a garden or hunt it in the wild. It must be planned for and stored. Securing a substantial supply is a direct investment in your long-term cognitive and neurological health. Without it, even the most physically prepared individual can succumb to a debilitating decline that renders them unable to think clearly or perform necessary tasks. Protecting your mind and nerves is paramount, and a stock of active B12 is the neurological insurance policy that guarantees you remain sharp and functional when it matters most. 10. The Scurvy Shield Buffered Vitamin C. History has taught us a harsh lesson about the dangers of a diet devoid of fresh produce: scurvy. This debilitating disease caused by a lack of vitamin C is not merely a relic of seafaring pirates. It is a modern threat that has reemerged in food-insecure communities forced to subsist on non-perishable carbohydrates. The symptoms are grim, starting with profound fatigue and joint pain, and progressing to bleeding gums, impaired wound healing, and a compromised immune system. For the prepper relying on a pantry of grains and legumes, this is a very real danger. The solution is to stockpile vitamin C, but the form you choose is critical. The common ascorbic acid powder, while effective, is highly acidic and can wreak havoc on a stomach already stressed by a survival diet, causing nausea and digestive distress. The superior option for long-term storage and use is sodium ascorbate. This is a buffered, non-acidic form of vitamin C that is gentle on the digestive system while offering excellent bioavailability. It dissolves easily in water, has a mild taste, and is absorbed rapidly by the body without causing the gastric upset associated with ascorbic acid. This makes it ideal for daily supplementation, even on an empty stomach. In a crisis, a robust immune system is your first line of defense against the pathogens that thrive in unsanitary conditions. Sodium ascorbate acts as a powerful antioxidant, providing your body with the raw materials it needs to fight off respiratory infections and other illnesses that can quickly become life-threatening when medical care is unavailable. Buying pure sodium ascorbate powder in bulk is incredibly economical. A 1-pound bag contains hundreds of servings and costs a fraction of the price of brand-name chewable tablets or sweetened powders, which often contain more sugar than vitamin C and have a much shorter shelf life. Stored in a sealed, airtight container away from light and moisture, sodium ascorbate powder remains potent for years. Its utility goes beyond just preventing scurvy. Vitamin C is also essential for the synthesis of collagen, which is vital for skin integrity and wound repair. Furthermore, it significantly enhances the body's ability to absorb non-heme iron, the type found in plant-based foods like beans and lentils. By pairing your vitamin C supplement with your meals, you unlock more nutritional value from every calorie you consume. This simple, inexpensive powder is nutritional armor, protecting your body from deficiency, boosting its defenses, and ensuring you have the strength and vitality to endure. 11. The Indestructible Kitchen Heirloom Cast Iron. In a world without a functioning power grid, the modern kitchen becomes useless. Non-stick pans are fragile and release toxins when overheated, while stainless steel can be difficult to manage over the inconsistent heat of an open fire. The ultimate solution, proven over centuries of use, is cast iron cookware. A set of well-seasoned cast iron skillets and Dutch ovens represents a permanent, fuel-agnostic cooking system. It is equally at home on an electric stovetop, a gas range, an induction cooktop, a wood stove, or nestled directly in the coals of a campfire. This unparalleled versatility is what makes it an essential prep, but the smart prepper knows that you don't need to buy it new. The most intelligent way to acquire cast iron is to buy it in bulk from secondhand sources. Estate sales, thrift stores, and online marketplaces are treasure troves of high-quality, pre-owned pieces that can often be purchased for a fraction of their retail price. Unlike modern cookware, cast iron improves with age. Decades of use build up a hard, slick layer of seasoning that creates a naturally non-stick surface. Even a neglected, rusty piece can be fully restored with some steel wool, vinegar, and a new layer of seasoning, making it as good as new. Assembling a collection, a small skillet, a large skillet, and a deep Dutch oven with a lid provides the capability to fry, bake, boil, and stew, effectively replacing an entire cabinet of lesser pans. The benefits of cast iron extend beyond its durability. When you cook acidic foods like tomatoes in a cast iron pan, it leaches small amounts of dietary iron into your meal. This is a significant nutritional advantage in a long-term survival scenario where red meat may be scarce, helping to prevent iron deficiency anemia. Maintenance is straightforward. Clean with hot water and a brush, dry thoroughly on a heat source, and wipe a thin layer of cooking oil on the surface before storing. This simple process protects it from rust and maintains the seasoning. Cast iron is the epitome of a buy-it-for-life tool. It is dense, efficient, and virtually indestructible. Your ability to transform stored bulk foods like wheat berries and dried beans into hot, nourishing, and morale-boosting meals will depend entirely on having cookware that can withstand the rigors of a crisis. 12. The eternal flame. Heavy-duty ferrocerium rods. In the hierarchy of survival priorities, the ability to create fire ranks immediately after breathable air and shelter. Yet the average preparedness kit is often woefully reliant on fragile, finite tools like butane lighters and safety matches. These common items are prone to failure precisely when you need them most. Lighters leak fuel, mechanisms freeze in sub-zero temperatures, and match heads disintegrate with the slightest exposure to humidity or sweat. The superior alternative, favored by survival instructors and serious outdoorsmen, is the ferrocerium rod. Often called a fire steel, this synthetic alloy of iron and cerium is engineered to do one thing flawlessly: generate molten sparks at temperatures exceeding 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit, regardless of environmental conditions. The resilience of a ferrocerium rod is unmatched. You can drop it in a river, bury it in snow, or leave it in a damp basement for a decade, and with a simple wipe, it is ready to perform. Unlike a lighter that runs out of fuel after a few hundred lights, a high-quality bulk-purchased ferro rod can provide over 10,000 strikes.